Hey, thought I would take some time and reflect on Malaysia. I'm in Thailand right now. I've been in Thailand for almost a week. I usually like to make my little reflection videos, these deep philosophical videos I make. I like to make them usually right after I leave a country, but actually it's not bad to let it marinate for a little bit. Oh wow, that's pretty. Isn't that cool? Yeah, we got into Thailand. Well, it's been about 6 days now. We spent 3 days in Bangkok. Yeah, we had a nice little hotel there. Had some good food. Got a new tattoo. Oh, got that. So got a Sakyant tattoo. That's this one. Got that little hand poke. They call it a bamboo, but they don't use bamboo. It's like a metal rod with a needle, and they dip in the ink and just jab you. The wife got one too on her shoulder, and I got one right there on my chest. Wow, that is pretty behind me. Oh, I should make all videos with like just amazing sunrise type setting behind me. Anyways, Malaysia. So we went to the Philippines first, and I made that video talking about it. And then I need to get like a gimbal to hold like a selfie stick so it's not all shaky. And then we went to Malaysia. Now Malaysia was so we went to Kuala Lumpur for 3 nights, and then we went to Port Dickson for 4 nights. Kuala Lumpur, it was such a stark the difference between say Manila and Kuala Lumpur is it's light and day. I mean light and day, night and day. It is so crazy of a difference. And I want to be careful how I say it because I don't want it I definitely don't want to ever like make it sound like I'm downplaying on the Philippines or anything like that. I mean, no. But I think it's just stark reality that, and I had no idea going into this. Manila, at least in the parts we were at, compared to parts we were at Manila and Kuala Lumpur, there's just a very difference in socioeconomic status and where the cities are at, I think, in their development and their growth. And Manila was just much more, it was dirtier. You know, it had more people that you could see the difference, level of income difference was very much on display as opposed to Kuala Lumpur. And like I said, we were in the Pudu district, so I don't know much about Kuala Lumpur where I can say, oh, we were in the poor district or this district. I don't know. I just booked the hotel because it had a desk. I need to be able to work remote, which is one of the hardest things I struggle with when I work remote is just find hotels that have like king beds and then good internet, and then also to have a desk or a chair or a table or something. I had to do some janky setups to make it work. So I booked it there, but I had no idea. But you can definitely see it's much more cleaner. It reminded me of a Singapore. It reminded me of Taipei, a mix between Singapore and Taipei. I loved Manila, but I loved Kuala Lumpur even more. Our hotel, we had this infinity pool on the 20th floor, and you had the night skyline. So, you know, you could see the towers lit up. You could see the Maybank building lit up at night. You could see the whole city skyline from this infinity pool. It was amazing. The room, we first got into our room, and it opened the door, and it was a sewage smell. And it was like, what the hell? So we tried to air it out. We went to the pool. We came back. We tried to do it some more. And finally, we went to dinner. I came back, and finally, I was like, I can't do this for 3 nights. And so I texted on WhatsApp. They use WhatsApp for pretty much all correspondence in Asia. I WhatsApped the apartment people that we rented from. And dude, I'm not kidding you. Within 10 minutes, we were in another apartment. Like they came up, gave us a key, took us to another apartment, and we were moved within 10 minutes of me texting. They're like, nope, don't worry about it. We'll get you. Boom. New apartment, amazing. Internet was out in the new apartment. I WhatsApped him. 5 minutes later, fixed. Everything I came up, any little issue, fixed instantly. So it made our stay in Kuala Lumpur amazing. We went and saw monkeys. We had the most amazing experience at Batu Cave, where you go up the rainbow steps. We hiked to the top. Mabe hiked to the top. Wow. I mean, it is a hike. We went all the way up there. We had fed monkeys, bananas. Monkeys are all around us. And now we've seen monkeys in the Philippines and Kuala Lumpur, and tonight we're actually hoping to go see them in Thailand because we've never seen them in Thailand yet. We've seen them in Vietnam, so we're trying to collect monkey sightings across Asia. Then we're going to Cambodia next, and we're hoping to see monkeys there too and see them reap. So, and we had pigeons. We had this amazing pigeon experience where there's this like hundreds of pigeons in this square right below Batu Cave, and you get to you can buy a little bird seed. And I didn't buy any bird seed. I was like, I didn't think it was that neat, but I saw this lady get just mauled by pigeons. Like, I mean, they were on her head, on her shoulders. There's because she had a bag of bird seed, and she's finally like, she's kind of shook her head and walked over to me and just handed me the bird seed. She's like, "No, I'm done." And so I took the bird seed, and the pigeons. I had one on my head. I had them on my chest, my shoulders. May was filming me. She had them on her, all on her camera. It was so funny. It was a great experience. Food-wise, Malaysia was. I unknowingly, actually, I just rented our apartment just because where it was at, or I mean, what it offered. But I had no idea. Like right behind us, like this, it was like a foodie paradise for me. There's hawker centers everywhere. There's stalls. We had amazing breakfast. We had kaya toast. We just had. I could walk out the door and just get this amazing food. So Kuala Lumpur was amazing. We went on a food tour there. That was good times. It's probably one of my least favorite food tours as far as just the food we ate. But I did get to eat durian, and I tried that, and I liked it. May did not like it. I put a video out of that. Her face was not good. It was funny. But it was like the food tours. What make food tours? One, the food you try, the atmosphere, but it's also the operator of how personal they are. And like Steve, it was good. He was just nothing like the one we had, Chloe and Mel, Nell in the Philippines, and the ones we had in Vietnam. It's probably actually like my fourth out of my four we've done. After that, we went to Port Dickson. So we originally planned on getting having a car take us down there. And we were just gonna go down and it's only like an hour, maybe an hour and a half at most from Kuala Lumpur. We were gonna go down, just have them drop us off there, and then we were gonna rent a scooter while we were there. But we couldn't get a scooter. They're all we tried to rent ahead of time. They're all booked, and so we didn't have a scooter. And Port Dickson isn't huge, right? It's like Subic, where you need some transportation because there's not Grab stuff aren't as easy to get. And so May's like, "Do you want to rent a car?" And I was like, "I've never driven a car on that side of the road. I've driven scooters on the left side. Right now in Thailand we have a scooter, and we're driving down the left side. And we did that in Vietnam or Thailand last year. So I've never done that, but we decided to do it. So we got a ride our last night out to the airport. We rented a car, and we drove down to Subic, and we had a car for like 4 nights, and it was a blast. Car is just this little tiny like hoopty kind of car. It was nothing special. Like, man, it's like going 0 to 60 eventually type of cars. And so probably been in shadow that whole time, but you got a good view. Anyways, Port Dickson was way better than we thought. It was like Subic, where we had no thoughts going into it, like what it would be, and it turned out to be amazing. Our hotel was great, had its old heyday, you could tell, but it was still just amazing, beautiful hotel. Our room was nice. It had good air conditioning. The bed was the hardest bed I've ever had in my life, so that was tough. But my body is slowly becoming, it's hardening. it's like a fist, a gnarled fist. My body is now. Where it's actually like here's the thing. In the States, we have this Sleep Number bed that costs like freaking $7,000 or some crazy number my wife got to buy. It's the worst bed I've ever had. It splits in the middle, which is awesome, but it's also like now, it's like we're sleeping, we each have our own twin bed. It's really weird. And so, I would not recommend it, especially they're split in the middle, so like, having doing stuff in the bed is a little weird at times. So, anyways, it's really soft, and I've grown, most of my life I loved hard beds, and I seek out like the hardest bed, but then like in my older age, I'm like, I like really soft beds. I like just like falling into like, it's like I'm like swaddled in this giant pillow. But I wake up every morning and I have to like kind of like first hour is kind of like, let's ease into the day type of feeling. And I notice here the beds are hard as get out in Asia, but I do feel like I wake up and I'm ready to go. So maybe I do like hard beds. Maybe my body's like, no, you need a hard bed. Anyways, the bed was really hard. The room was really awesome. We found a lot of good places to eat. We found these hawker center the first night, and I got clay pot rice, which I didn't get a chance to get in Kuala Lumpur. Amazing chicken clay pot rice. Oh, and I went back the next night and got just from the same guy, and I went and got the pork clay pot rice. Oh, it's so good. Crispy rice on the bottom, this aromatic pork or chicken on top. Right? Oh, it was just so good. It was so good. Smoothies. We did this amazing hike. I cannot stress this enough. This hike we did, it was only like about a mile. But you start and you go up this paved road, and we saw 2 monkeys right away, so we were already happy because that's what our goal was and the hike was. And then you get to the top of this road, and it's like cafe, and it points down this. I mean, it's a just straight drop down into the jungle of just scrambling rope to use as like a rail. So we went down it. We ended up on this monkey beach, this bay, and we knew that's where we were going. The tide was out. We knew that, so it wasn't as crazy as it probably would be. And then we figured out how to get out, and then you had to go straight up. I mean, so it's this jungle hike, and I'm not joking. It wasn't hard really for me because I could go at maze pace. But for her, and I think almost anybody, dude, it is in the jungle, hot. I was covered in sweat head to toe. Straight up, I mean, and then straight back down this slippery leaf trail. And like I said, you had to use trees, you had to use branches, you had to use vines, you had to use these ropes that are tied to them in order to get up and down these trails. She did it. Mind blowing how she could do it. Because I mean, if you knew the pain level she operates at on a day-to-day basis, it's crazy. So she did that. So proud of her, so just in awe. And then at the very end, we finished it, and as we're coming out at the very end, back by this resort, there's like 2 monkeys, and we were like, oh, and we brought this like rice I'd left over and some chips, because monkeys like fast food, fattening food too. I like junk food. And I was like, oh, give me the rice. She got out of my backpack I was wearing, and as soon as I popped the container of rice open and made a sound, dude, monkeys just appeared everywhere, like in the trees above us, all out of the bushes. We were surrounded. There's like probably 20 plus monkeys. And the alpha, we gave him food first, and we finally gave the rest, and there was monkeys all around us. I mean, it was crazy. Went to a night market the last night we were there, got some great food, got this mochi, mind-blowing mochi. This hand mochi, it's like they make it into like almost like the shape of a pancake, this mochi. And then you pick out your fillings. They put this giant dollop of like mango cream on it. And then these huge chunks of mango. And Asian mangoes, and I'll talk about that when I talk about Thailand in my recollection video. Asian mangoes are, our mangoes should not be called mangoes. Our mangoes should be called, I don't know, mango or something. I mean, they're mango adjacent. Mangoes in Asia they're orgasmically good. So and then they put another dollop of mango cream on top of that, and then stretched the mochi all around. So they made this big mochi pouch, and they rolled in this stuff called Nestum, which is like kind of like an oat cereal in a way. It's like when we had Daifuku in Tokyo last year. It is something that you can't explain. You have to have. It's amazing. Anyways, after that, we drove back up that last day, jumped on a plane, went through like security guys on Kuala Lumpur are not happy. There are some grumpy dudes. Best lounge, one of the best lounges I think I've ever had. Great food, had some nasi lemak, had all sorts of mochi. It was great. And then we flew out to Bangkok. But Kuala Lumpur, we went into it not knowing a lot about it, Malaysia in general. I mean, we'd watch videos. Every time we travel, we always watch lots of videos. We do read a lot, but until you actually are on the ground, you don't know. You really don't. We'd watch a ton of the videos on Manila, and we're still kind of like, wow, once you're there, it's really then that it sets in. And it's really then that you understand the culture a little bit. And like I said, I am not naive enough to know, like, oh, I've been there 3 days. I'm basically Filipino, basically Malay. It's like, no. But you get an understanding of what the everyday people go through to a degree. And that's when I think you really understand it. And you eat their food. And that's the biggest thing. Bourdain talked about this. And that's one of the things I took from him the most. That and my love for pork belly and runny eggs on everything I eat. But you got to eat their food. Their food is where when they cook for you, that's where you really understand like a culture, I think, and understand. You get a feeling for who they are as people. And so Malaysia, we didn't know much going in, but we ended up loving every minute of it. We'd go back for sure. Philippines, we'll go back for sure. I want to go back to the island. I want to go out to the islands for sure. I want to experience that crystal clear water. I want to experience swimming with whale sharks. That's like top my list for the Philippines. Malaysia, like I said, we want to go back. There's other cities in Malaysia I want to check out, but I loved it. It was great. We don't regret a second of it. It was a great time. Our hotel we would go back to in we go back to either, but especially on Kuala Lumpur, we go back there in a heartbeat. It was so beautiful. I mean, I can't tell you how beautiful it was. That infinity pool. Oh, it was so amazing. Anyways, that's what I got to say about Malaysia. It was, like I said, it was great. I'd recommend to anybody to go. It's relatively cheap. It wasn't expensive. Food was pretty cheap. Food is really great. Hawker centers. go sit in a hawker center. One of my favorite things to do when I was there is these hawker centers. And when I say hawker centers, I'll maybe clarify. A hawker center is like, we eat a lot of street food when we travel. In a hawker center, they don't have a lot of street food in, say, like Singapore and Kuala Lumpur. They have these centers. They're like these open air, like food courts. It's the best way to understand them. And inside there's like little stalls, and that's where like, all the street food is. So these hawker centers, they usually have like a central seating area. They have people busting your table when you're done. They usually have one area that serves drinks. You go buy drinks there, smoothies, whatever you want. But one of my favorite things to do in all these cities, I like just sitting on the people and just listening. And that first night we got there, we sat in a hawker center, and the din around us of all these older Malaysians just doing their thing, laughing, drinking. I don't know if they're gambling. I don't know what they're doing, but they were just doing the thing, and that's what everybody should do. Just go sit in a hawker center if you're in Malaysia. Order some chicken, hot rice, or whatever, some noodles, and just I said char siu and barbecue pork the first night. Just order some food and sit there and listen to the locals. It's one of my favorite things to do. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll make another video when we leave Thailand here. We leave, and it's not for a while. We're here in Hua Hin for 14 nights, I think. And then we go back into Bangkok for like 3, and then we fly out to Siem Reap, to Cambodia. And I'll make a video when it gets to get there about Thailand, because I love Thailand. It's my 3rd time here, and I'm moving here at some point. So I'll catch y'all next video. Thanks for watching. Love y'all.